Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Tim Win? How you doing, buddy? Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah, we're going to do some video gaming news for today, May 27th. And then probably a little Hades and maybe some Ghost of Tsushima. We'll see how long I go today. I've got all the family here at home. Wife's not working, stuff like that. So I might go a little bit shorter today and hang out with the family a little bit. Just have a nice little family afternoon. We'll see how it goes, all right? So we'll see. We'll see. We might get into Ghost of Tsushima. We'll definitely be doing Hades too. And I'm excited because I get to hang out with cool peoples and play video games. Let's go ahead and dive into video gaming news for this morning and see what we got. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. We've already talked about that. Atari bought Intellivision, or is purchasing Intellivision. We know. We've talked about like a week ago, basically. Yeah. This is the impression that I've gotten from reviews of Hellblade 2, and it is exactly what I expected. Hellblade 2 offers great graphics, a good story, and mediocre everything else. I mean, I always had an issue with them promoting this as a video game anyways. This isn't a true video game in my opinion. This was always a interactive cinematic experience, something of that effect. Honestly, this is closer to a movie in my opinion, or a TV show than it is a video game. This wasn't going to be something hugely interactive or a great gameplay experience in my opinion. And so it was always weird for them to go, this is going to be an amazing video game or something like that. It's more of a cinematic experience than anything else, and it was always going to be. And I mean, it was obvious, right? A lot of the reviews I've seen, people are either putting it on a pedestal for its graphical fidelity, which apparently is very good. But I've also seen reviews saying things that like it's beyond video games. It's not beyond video games. It's less than a video game in my opinion. You know, it would have been, in my opinion, you know, it's just closer to a movie or a TV show. Right. Yeah. Based towards cinematic, yep. Yeah, I think the console realm of gamers tend to definitely lean towards the spectrum of gamers that have a preference of graphical fidelity over anything else. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why that is, but I do feel that way. It's kind of weird for me. That's another thing for me is, I guess that's another thing for me is like I got a lot of flack whenever I was putting out videos about what Hellblade 2 I expected Hellblade 2 to be before it ever released. A lot of people were like, well, 30 frames, because we found out that because Ninja Theory is a subsidiary of Microsoft, right? And they even came out and were like, there will be no graphical options for this game. No graphical options for this game at all. You get to play it at the only thing that they're giving you, which is 30 frames. You know, and I was telling everybody, it was like there's only one reason why this is happening, right? It's not as much about like this is our vision as it is the gameplay's just not there. The gameplay's not going to matter much. And they also don't care about catering to their audience and the range of audience that they'll have playing this game potentially. You know, we talk about that all the time, right? Developers catering to their audience and the preference of their audience, meaning anybody from all the way from people that care very, very little about frames and much more about graphical fidelity, all the way up to people that could care much, much less about graphical fidelity and want that smoother, high frame rate gameplay, and anybody in between that, right? And it was like they don't care about giving people options, and it probably means that the gameplay isn't going to be there, right? And so, yeah, I think that's one of the things that is I think to the detriment of video games nowadays. Actually, I've talked about that. This whole like let's make video games movies thing is weird to me. I think it takes away from what video games have always been at their core, which is supposed to be very interactive, right? And I'm not saying there aren't some great experiences out there in that whole, like, you know, basically it's just a choices matter narrative adventure. But, you know, at the core, it seems like we're getting more and more into this thing of, like, it seems like Kojima's headed there, you know, where it's like, let's just make a video game into a movie, you know, and I see a lot of it, like, I'm sorry, Alan Wake 2, dude, was trash. It was trash. The narrative was trash. The writing was terrible. The story was atrocious. The NPCs were stupidly coded. The gameplay didn't feel real refreshing through the game. It got real boring. But it was pretty. You know? It was pretty. And I don't know why so many people were blown away by it, personally. It was weird to me. And it was very I was really turned off the most by something like Alan Wake 2 by the fact that I was always having to relinquish control of what was happening in the game. Felt like over half the time I was just sitting there watching something instead of actually controlling what was happening. It felt terrible. And for me, as you know, the gamer that I am, a traditional gamer, I don't like that notion of us getting to this point of where why do video games need to be movies? Why do video games need to be TV shows or whatever? If you want to make a movie or a TV show, go make it. You know what I mean? But to take away our, you know, the gameplay elements and the interactability and you know, all that stuff that gameplay that is really truly the essence behind video games feels weird to me. I think Kojima, like, you know, I'm not trying to throw shade at Kojima. I think Kojima's been groundbreaking and very inventive, and we wouldn't be where we are in gaming without Kojima and his you know, art in this. But I think the things that we're seeing come from Kojima now is a bit worrying, of being along those same lines for his new projects and stuff like that. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I see a lot of it nowadays where it just seems like there's so many developers out there that are like not worried about truly making a video game anymore. They just want some kind of like interactive cinematic experience, and it seems weird. It is, yeah. I don't know, dude. Yeah, dude, me and you, we're on the same page, brother. Me and you both. Yeah, it drives me crazy. I don't understand it. You know, I don't understand. Like I said, I mean, you know, we've had those games like The Quarry and stuff like that people have really enjoyed, and it's nice for a chill experience every once in a while or whatever. Well, okay, but it seems like it's just becoming more and more prevalent, and you know, getting to I think a level of concern when you're talking about, especially, it seems like the console side of things is getting really bad about it. Console side of things seems like it's getting, you want to talk about, you know, like take Final Fantasy 16 for example. There's as much cutscene in that game as there is game time in that game. And well, I'm not even talking about a game that had, that was like something like Alan Wake 2 or Hellblade 2, on these, trying to make the game as, I guess, movie-like. But they were pursuing something more Game of Thrones-like for that game than what they really should have been trying to focus on, which was keeping it true to the Final Fantasy series, Yeah. I've used 2018's God of War as an example between, how to balance it as well, dude, forever. Yep, exactly. I've used every time I talk about this almost, I've used 2018's God of War as a perfect way. Looks, these cinematic breaks in games, using, a break occasionally to use cinematics to continue to tell a story, to flesh out narratives between characters, or to do anything like that is it can be very, very good for the experience. It can be great for immersion. It can be great for the game player. But there is definitely a balance about it, right? There's a balance about it, and I think the best way to do it is it's something that. And I think this is what made 2018's God of War. I think the way that Sony Santa Monica did it so well was you would get those breaks, and especially like as somebody who played that game on the hardest difficulty, right? Playing that game on Give Me God of War difficulty was extremely hard. That game's difficulty level was really, really good. It was tough. And then you would get those cinematic breaks that felt like a nice breather, right? Did it? I haven't played Ragnarok yet. I'm waiting for it to come to PC, which I think we might get sooner than people expect now. We'll find out, I think, this week. We might find out today whether we're getting a PlayStation. We should be getting a PlayStation showcase this week, man. Too much I know about the hand-holding bullcrap. I'm not excited about that. Yeah. The whole, narration. You should be doing this. Why aren't you doing this? Like the whole time you're playing the game, dude, if that's what developers want to do, they need to give the option to turn that crap off too. Because I remember seeing whenever Ragnarok dropped, so many people were pissed off. I'm one of those people. I do not like that. I don't like that. Shut up and let me play the game. You know what I mean? Just shut up and let me play the game, man. I hate that crap. But 2018's God of War, I do feel like did an amazing job of balancing a nice cinematic here and there to really flesh out story. But the gameplay was amazing, and that's mostly what you were doing, right? Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, anybody can go back to my YouTube page and go look at like Hellblade 2 videos or whatever that are public, and I've been basically talking about this even since before the game released. It's just, and I've caught a lot of flack about it too, with people just, wait, what if you get stuck for 3 minutes and completely destroys your drive? Play games forever. Oh, well then I guess, if the developer's doing their job, they give you that option to turn that back on, or at least prompt you, do you need help or something? You know what I mean? Don't just assume that everybody needs to be told what to do all the time, right? That's the thing that I have trouble with. Developers assuming that everybody wants to be told what to do all the time. Dude, no. Please, no, dude. Jesus Christ. It drives me crazy. I've been talking about these same sentiments that we've been discussing, Tinwin, ever since, for quite a while, through the development of Hellblade 2, and I think it held true for what most people have expressed on the reviews of the game. Visually, I never had any kind of concerns that visually the game was going to be stunning, right? It was probably going to have a pretty decent story. But especially like, 6 to 8 hours of gameplay at $50 a pop? No, go play it on Game Pass, dude. Go play it on Game Pass. Pay less than half that. Go play it on Game Pass, be done. There's no end game, right? There's no replayability for this. $50 for 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, while it's probably a pretty solid experience, I think that's, especially for the fact that it's not gameplay-wise going to be real good. It's probably going to be really, actually probably subpar, right? Right. Yeah, exactly, Tinwin, yeah. Like if you need a tip or a hint or whatever, you know what I mean? And some games do that with, like, companion members. Some games do that with companion members, where it's like, oh, well, if you're not sure what you need to do, then you can, like, address a companion and talk to them about maybe, like, what the next step is or whatever, or what they think you should be doing or where you should be headed or whatever, right? Yeah, fine. That's actually a great way to do it, you know? Do it like that. But don't just automatically assume everybody wants to have their hand held and be told what to be doing all the time, because that is really, really mauling, dude. Really mauling. I'm still a fan of Santa Monica Studios, but I think that they need to understand that as well. 2018's was great. I don't expect Ragnarok to be as good, but they still are doing good stuff, like giving the free DLC content to everybody, in the midst of so many other companies trying to make people pay for that kind of crap. I think Santa Monica's, and I think their content in Ragnarok is still going to be really good, probably. Not 2018's, but still pretty good, God mode's just become OP button, is it? Yeah, I haven't even tried that, dude. How's the Valheim stuff going, dude? Yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird time right now for gaming because of this whole, like, it's like there's some of these creative directors and stuff in the industry that just they want to be in the movie scene. They don't want to be in the video gaming scene, is what it seems like. So go do that. Get out of here, man. Go do that. But quit trying to make games something they're not. That's my thing. Quit trying to make video games something they're not. And I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't be continuing to evolve games, because we should. There's absolutely something to be said for evolving video games. But when you're starting to take video games and remove the core aspects that makes a video game, like gameplay, it's not a video game anymore, man. Oh, you got the Fenrir armor. Nice, dude. Mountain equipment, yeah. Without killing a boss? Nice. Pain. Brother, watching you do that tower was insane, dog. The amount of persistence there and willpower to get that done. I probably would have given up, brother. Hide more in the mountain than in the tower. I believe that too. Yeah. Look, man, I've said this about every day since Neil Druckmann got quote unquote misquoted. It's hard to determine what really went down here. And what I would like people to understand here is I have a real hard time believing that if this was a different circumstance, a different scenario, where maybe Neil Druckmann, let's say Neil Druckmann did get misquoted. Let's say that. Let's go under those pretenses there, right? Let's believe Neil. Let's believe Neil and go, yeah, okay, you got misquoted. But if this was a situation where he got misquoted and he was getting praised for a misquote instead of criticized for it, do you think that he would have come back and gone, yeah, I didn't say that? No, because I don't think he's that kind of person. From everything that I know about him. Not that I know him personally, but, it just doesn't come off like that, right? So, I think that when you look at it that way and you go, I don't think that if that was the scenario, Neil would have come back and told everybody, like, look, I appreciate everybody saying this, and I appreciate the the praise for this quote, but I didn't really say that. So then you look at it like that and go, okay, so maybe he really did say this, and he's just trying to avoid the criticism because he doesn't like it, right? I think you have to look at it that way. Who really knows here, right? It's a weird situation because it came out of Sony saying that's what he said. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Naughty Dog anyways. I don't, especially after this whole our game's 3 years old, let's remaster it and take advantage of our consumers and stuff. Like, get wrecked, dude. That's just gross. I'm not a fan of companies that are willing to do that kind of thing. Feels disgusting. Feels very, very uncreative. It feels like they're out of options, GTA 6 is not near. We've got 10 years left, Wait, are you talking about GTA or are you talking about Fallout, dude? What's up, Soup? So I think, who knows whether Neil Druckmann's telling the truth here or not, but their whole, I don't know, whatever. And not that Naughty Dog hasn't done some good stuff in the past or whatever, but it seems more and more as we move into the as time moves forward, Naughty Dog continues to look like one of those companies that's losing their way to me. There needs to be a GTA movie? No. Why? There probably will be. You know what? There needs to be a Red Dead movie way before a GTA movie. A Dookie movie? No Red Dead. Yeah, Red Dead, dude. Red Dead's story's way better than GTA's story, dude. For sure. Well, if that's the case, then GTA should be delayed forever. Because Red Dead's way better, dude. They should just delay GTA forever and just focus on Red Dead forever, dude. Dragon Quest 3 remakes coming to Switch, PS5, and Xbox and PC. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, we know, dude. Okay, we keep getting stuff like this in the news. I'm not diving into any of these because here's what we know. The Xbox Showcase kicks off on June 9th. We've got all this stuff in our schedule, right? What am I doing, dude? I'm an idiot. Put it in here. Close this out. No. You know what it is, dude? I know what it is. Soup. You just don't like dialogue. You hate dialogue, dude. You hate dialogue. You think any game... You think Hades 2 has too much dialogue. You're a story pleb, bro. You're a story pleb. Alright, dog. Here's our summer showcases, man. Look, Xbox Game Showcase kicks off on June 9th. And we've already heard a lot of stuff. And for anybody, look, that has been staying on top of what's coming out of Xbox and what they've been talking about, we've been hearing things about Halo news, Gears of War, new Doom stuff. You can expect Avowed, right? You can expect Indiana Jones. Are we going to be able to see maybe, I don't know, there's a lot of other stuff. Fable 4, right? Avowed news, yep. Fable 4. right? Maybe something other than a flipping cinematic, you know? So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out of Xbox. You can expect that. This is the big showcase for every year. There's a lot of things that we already know about that you can expect to get news from, and things they've already talked to us about that we should expect to see, right? A lot of that stuff I've talked about right now, plus more. So just hold tight, dude. We've got like, what, a week and a half? 2 weeks, it'll be here. And we'll watch it together, man. We'll watch it together, and we'll see everything we get, you know? Let's make sure we don't have anything new here. Summer showcases. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything got added in. Here's what we need to find, though. Is there anything on the PlayStation front? Early June now. Really? Let's see this. Oh, dude. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think I say this a lot, Tim, man. I say this a lot. I think you know, it's an amount of people understanding how to embrace empathy, right? How to embrace empathy. And yeah, I agree. I don't have arachnophobia either, dude. I catch spiders all the time. Like, my wife and kids have a bit of arachnophobia. They don't like spiders. I think that most spiders that we find here in the apartment, which we don't have a lot, but they come out every once in a while and say hi, you know? And I'm like, they're just good boys, you know? Most of the time when I see them, I know what they are, and they're cool, man. I'm not, you know, it's like they just keep other bugs out and stuff. And I'll try to, like, put them in my hands and stuff like that, you know? So there's this whole premise, you know, a lot of people have a fear of like spider snakes, stuff like that. And so I think that, you know, for a lot of people, we're in this weird situation in society right now too, though, I think, you know, where a lot of societal issues have gone over the line to an extent, right? So people are kind of pushing back on this narrative of being too soft about things. So it's really, I think there's a line, right, where we need to stand on this line about trying to be empathetic to certain people's issues, right, and not letting people also overrun us and railroad us about stuff too, right? So it's really tough sometimes, but I do think that there are certain people that deal with a lot of issues where I think accessibility in video games is very important. I think it makes, I mean, you saw it in Grounded too, right? In Grounded, they have accessibility modes for getting rid of spiders. They turn them into big blobs, basically, right? And I'm about it, dude. That's cool. Why not give people that option? It's not like you have to run it. It's just an option for the developers. You know, if they can incorporate it and they can let more people access the game and enjoy the game through an option, right, for accessibility, then absolutely. So it's you know, I think that's where a lot of people have trouble with empathy too. And empathy is really trying to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? Like you're talking about. I try my very best to be empathetic to people's situations and the things that I don't necessarily understand because I don't deal with it myself. But try to understand what their life would be like dealing with the issues that they potentially have. You know what I mean? That's empathy, man. And it's good to have empathy. But I think that we also have to be careful about not letting empathy become something of, you know, just letting people assume that we're going to be pushovers about any issue they have, right? There's a limit to where empathy becomes just some people being too soft about stuff, right? So it's good to be empathetic, we also have to be concerned about being just railroaded about things too, right? What are we talking about here? Found out Epic pushed out new guides for code and writing and documentation to be fully gender neutral. What? Basically, every Slavic language user is like, what about us? Changing every Slavic language to almost every non-English language. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus, dude. This is, you know, I don't know. I think that's one of those societal things I've kind of been, you know, I'm talking about. It's like, oh, man, that's one of those hard topics to cover. You know, you guys know me. I'm about letting people just live their best lives and stuff like that. But I have a hard time with this. So it feels like there's this societal pressure for people to, accept this whole like narrative of anybody can be anything they want to be, and when biologically and you know, through biology and physiology, really, I mean, it doesn't really work like that. You know what I mean? It's a weird deal, and I think for my real deal is when it comes down to people in general. If you've had an issue that you felt a certain way for a very long time in life, and you've never had anybody being an outside pressure for you, you've never had other people trying to tell you that your issues are because you're something other than what you ever have been or whatever, and pushing you to change and try to be something that you weren't born as, or you know what I mean, and you've made that decision of your own accord or whatever, then more power to you, man. You know what I mean? Live your best life. But I think there's this really weird like societal pressure nowadays for a lot of people that makes people feel like that they need to be something other than what they are, and so they conform to this notion of like the fact that it's going to help them fix things in their life, or like their problems are going to go away by changing who they are, or associating with something different, you know. And that's not always the case, because we've seen a lot of people that have tried to conform to those notions and have come back out of it and gone, man, was I wrong, you know. And so I think the people that try to push these notions onto other people need to just shut up. Let people figure stuff out for themselves. You know what I mean? There's also this thing about, you know, you can't tell people they're wrong for feeling a way if that's the way they feel naturally. You know, if people feel that way naturally, shut up and let them feel that way, whatever. You know what I mean? So it works on both sides of it. It's weird, man. Blacklist and whitelist terms are now illegal. Yeah. Arachnophobia wouldn't be hard to implement, really. I personally am just having a mode that replaces all spiders with rats. Yeah, something like that would be easy, dude. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. It could be super simple. Yeah. Just change all of those assets into a different asset model, right? Yep. Yep. But empathy is important, dude, in society. Empathy is important, but there is a fine line for empathy in not letting, you know, people feel like, you know, they can just run all over people for being empathetic about issues, right? It's a tough thing in society nowadays. It really is. Dad, what's fall 2025? Brother, it's only 2024 right now, so who cares? It's not even fall of 2024 yet. Who cares? Live in the moment, brother. Time's just passing you by so fast because you just can't live in the moment and appreciate what life's giving you right now. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you're going to be 80 and go, where'd the time go? I wish it was 2036 again. But man, I was just always looking towards the future.
Where's my walker at?
That's really weird, Pinky. Epic pushed out new guides for code writing and documentation to be fully gender neutral. You know what's funny? I'll give you an example. You know what's crazy is, like, I watched a video the other day. There was the person behind the video taking the video was it was a transgender person. And they got super upset because the person they were recording at a store referred to them as the gender that they don't identify with because they're trans, right? And then what did that person that was taking the video start doing? Assuming the gender of the person that they were taking the video of, and started using pronouns assuming the gender of the person that they were addressing about it. Right? So there's this really weird narrative, dude. Like how dare you? How dare you use the wrong pronoun for me? But then a lot of those people want to turn around and use pronouns for people, you know, and assume the genders of people and stuff like that, you know. But most people don't get offended by it. Most people don't get offended. Most people don't freak out. They're just like, yo, whatever. Like, if somebody called me like a lady or whatever, I'd probably just laugh at them and be like, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? In your language, literally every word has gender. Yeah, dude. Yeah. There's other, like, so I think French is a lot like that too, isn't it? Isn't French a lot like that as well? Like most words either have a masculine or a feminine way of pronouncing it. Correct? Isn't there? I think French is a lot like that too. Yeah, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. It's a weird world right now, dude. Yeah. Majority of non-English languages are like that, are they? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Jesus. Yeah. Well, good luck! If that's the case, good flipping luck, dude. Jesus. So ridiculous? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if I was thinking that the PlayStation Showcase might be announced today. They have their big summer sale popping off right now, and people thought it would coincide, but we'll take a look at this article. We'll take a look at that article. We could stay on that topic, dude. You know. We could talk about that stuff all day, man. There's just an absolutely ridiculous side of it, right? And again, I'm not somebody that's gonna say that I'm not empathetic towards people in that have, for the majority of their lives, had some kind of feelings or notions that they don't, you know, feel like they you know, relate to the gender they were born as or whatever, and they've taken a long, you know, they've taken plenty of time to discern that the right choice for them is to reassign and you know, more power to them, and I hope that it changes things for them. I hope it makes them feel better. I hope it makes their life better. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of it that is just gone over the line, I think, and we could talk about it all day. It would just go on and on and on. It's just become really crazy to deal with in society. I think when you get to the point of trying to act like, you know, there isn't a difference between the like biology, chemical makeup between men and women, depending on what you were actually born as, to where like men can go play, people that were born biologically as men can go play women's sports. I've been seeing all kinds of stuff nowadays where women are like walking away from sports where trans men are trying to like invade into their sport. There's a reason why there's always been segregation between men and women's sports. It's just a fact, dude. It's just a fact, right? There's a reason why it's always been segregated. On almost every level, there's a difference between, in athletic sports, the level at which women and men can compete independently. And it's just because of the makeup between the differences of them. And now you've got the situation where all of a sudden, like, because somebody wants to say that they're now a woman, they can go compete with women. What? No, that's not the way that should work, dude. What? Right, but yeah, it doesn't change the fact that, like, so you're still talking about the structural, you know, buildup and makeup of them as a human being. It's not like they're going to, you know, I know what you're saying. But it's not. I mean, there's all kinds of things that come into it, from like reaction times to thing, and it's just there's a lot of it that isn't just going to go away just because you start taking like estrogen. You know what I'm saying? And for that kind of stuff, I'm not about it. I don't agree with it. I don't think it should be a thing. I think that there has to be a limit to it, right? If you're And I understand that it's a situation where there's a lot of controversy around it and stuff, and again, I'm about people living their best lives and everything like that. But I think that if you're an individual that is wanting to, you know, switch to another gender or whatever, you have to be understanding of the fact that it's not that you can't just go, oh, well, I'm going to go play sports with women now. You know what I mean? Because I'm now a woman. It's not that cut and dry. It doesn't work like that. And here's the thing about it. If it puts you on the same level, why don't we see more women going and playing men's sports? Right? So, it doesn't make sense. Again, I mean, there's a reason why there's been, you know, segregation between men and women in sports for a long time. I mean, forever, really. I mean, it's not that there hasn't been some like overlap and people have tried, you know what I'm saying? But you can even take like, what was it? There was like a big thing not too long ago in tennis, right? Where there were people trying to go like, well, if any, you know, Serena and Venus Williams could take on any man in tennis and they would do just fine. And then there was an interview with both, I think it was with Serena Williams. Serena Williams was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. We would get destroyed by men. Like, not even the top men. Like, middle of the pack men would destroy us. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah. Thanks to it. I mean, and look, man, I'm not, you know, we're getting off on something totally different here, but because it came up, I think it's important to address, societal issues sometimes here in the channel. They come up, and I think it's important to address these things. Yeah, and so I think that again, there's an amount of trying to be empathetic to people's lives and the things they're going through, and trying. I think this is my big point here. I am empathetic to a lot of people, even if I don't understand what they're going through on a personal level. I try to be a very empathetic person, and I try to understand what they're going through and appreciate what they're going through and just let people live their best lives. But there's also an amount of beyond empathy where people get taken advantage of, I think. And you know, there has to be a line drawn sometimes where, you know, you're like, okay, you know, this is beyond empathy. We're being taken advantage of here as a society and stuff. And yeah, I think there's some things on that side of this front of this particular issue where we have to kind of like get back to being realistic about this situation and what it is, you know. Yeah, and I think that's the way it should be for the most part, you know. I think it's the way it should be. Yeah, I think it's the way it should be for the most part, you know. And that's the way I try to live my life. You know what I mean? And that's the way I've always tried to conduct this community and this channel as well, as like, you know, live your best life, dude. You know, don't try to tell anybody else the way they should live their best life. You live your best life as long as you're being a good person, right? I mean, I think that's the gist behind it. As long as you're being a good person, you know, and treating others the right way, and just be good peoples, live your best life, and I think that's the way it should be, right? But a lot of people, you know, they can't just do that, unfortunately. It sucks. And there are a lot of people who want to take their own personal situation and then take advantage of other people because of, you know, they see an opportunity to take advantage of other people, right? Because of their own situation or whatever. They see it a lot, man. It's unfortunate. I see it a lot in this country, my country. A lot, dude. A lot. Unfortunately, it sucks. $2K is going to launch a new FIFA game after securing official license. Interesting. Okay, Avowed's been moved to Unreal Engine 5.3. Cool. Here's your game, Pinky. Indie parkour game. We'll pull that up for you. Launch trailer of Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, I'm not going to address that. Oh, this is the spin-off for, oh god, why am I tripping, dude? Prince of Persia. The spin-off for Prince of Persia just released. Interesting. Yo, Ranamote's on. Let's go, dude. Peepo Pride. And way too smart. Perfect, man. Perfect. Nice, Ferret. What's up, buddy? No, you're not. Soup, you're still living in the future. Get back in here, dude. Get back in here. What up, Ferret? How you doing, buddy? Hard lurking. Window install going on. Uh-oh. Larian CEO admits Baldur's Gate 3 team had to do a bit of a crunch. Not surprised there. Here's the thing, though. You guys want to hear the difference between, like... You know why this got leaked by the CEO and not the employees themselves? Because Larian's a good company. People like working there. People like being part of Larian. I think that most people in the video gaming industry understand that, you know, as you get closer to the release of a game, there's the potential for some longer hours. Now, there's still a manner of, you know, even during those longer hours, are you still going to be taken care of? Or are you going to be taken advantage of? There's a difference, right? Oh, does it really? Oh, gross, dude. Okay, yeah, I'll pull it up, Ferret. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, gross. Okay. So, you know, a lot of times whenever you hear the info come out about companies doing crunch culture, and it's usually coming out from underneath the company from employees. And they're talking about how they were taken advantage of, they weren't treated correctly, and it becomes a big debacle for them, right? As opposed to a situation like this where Larian CEO comes and goes, look, we might have been doing a little bit of some crunch to get Baldur's Gate 3 out when we needed to. Instead of the employees. I think that in and of itself tells you the difference between working for a good company that was still taking care of their employees more than likely than some company, you know, like Blizzard pushing employees to crunch and having a bunch of anonymous employees come out and go, we are being treated poorly, right? There's crunch culture going on. Stuff like that. That's the big difference. Let's look at this, dude. Um, You guys don't remember this game? We played some beta of this, and it wasn't great. If you guys remember the montage where I like jump into a box and I'm like, "Step bro, help, step bro," and then it spits me back out. That's the first Descendant. We played it last year for some beta stuff, and it was okay, but it felt repetitive. It felt like it got boring pretty quick. It felt like kind of a mashup of like Destiny 2 as well as some Warframe stuff. But I wasn't super impressed with it. Soup, you got it. I will never listen to somebody that tried to tell me that Suicide Squad was and is good. Get wrecked, bro. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what to go. I don't see anything about anything saying pay to win. I'll just pull up like PC games and we'll take a quick look at it. That's 2 weeks ago though. No. We'll just pull this. I don't know what to go with here. I'm not seeing anything definitive. So Tekken 8 reveals a Lydia gameplay trailer. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, Multiverses is releasing again. We've talked about it. X Defiant's been fun, dude. I've been enjoying it. Says the person that plays Call of Duty. Switch rumored to get a new Bleach game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with like Valheim, right? Valheim makes the option to create servers with like teleport with metals and stuff like that, you know. So I agree, Tinwin. I mean, we're both of that same notion. I think from what I understand, as much that Vault. Oh, that's up, Vault.
Vault Chaplain 707 is raiding with 2 viewers.
What's up, dude? Vault doesn't sleep, dog. Yo, what up, Savage? Savage Gemini. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Yeah, I got you. See, we got our own little raid. We got our own little raid emote. I got you. I'll see your raid, and I'll raise you raids with my raids. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? What up, Vault? What's going on, brother? There you go. Nice, Timon. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I didn't realize till after I made that emote. Cake? What are you playing, dude? Man, you just play something different every day, don't you? Playing some RE2? Let's go, dude. Nice. Oh, I'm Kratos now? Kratos looking steezed out, dog. Oh, Jesus, dude. 11-hour stream. Jesus, nice, dude. Good for you, brother. Awesome, man. You gonna take a nap or what? Kratos with GTA 6 clothes. Thanks for the raid, dude. Dog, I don't think you sleep anymore. Yo, thanks, Savage. I appreciate the follow, my friend. See the GTA release date? What do you mean? They still don't have a definitive release date. Maybe in like an hour or two. Word, brother. All right, cool. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's a cool emote. Nice, dude. I like it. Yeah. The DB. Yeah, dude, that's cool. Vegeta best boy, by the way. I love Vegeta. Yeah, so it looks like there's a rumor that we're going to get a new Bleach game maybe on the Switch. We'll keep track. If it becomes official, dude, we'll touch on it. Were you playing RE2 all night, dude? See what else we got. That and Palea. Oh, nice, dude. I'm glad you started playing some Palea, dude. I think it's a really good little game by an indie developer, you know. Helldivers 2, so Arrowhead Studios is working on a solution for players getting, quote, kicked by an asshole lobby leader. Wait, what? Let's see what that is, dude. Yeah, this is, dude, I've talked about this. This whole, look, man, Evaldi families are suing Activision and Meta. I'm so sick, dude. I'm so sick of, like, people trying to blame video games for violence and stuff. It's just ridiculous. Again, as somebody... I've had a family member that was shot in a school shooting, almost lethally shot in a school shooting. Luckily not, but I'm still not gonna blame video games for violence, dog. I mean, get wrecked. This is so stupid. I'm so tired of it. We've been dealing with this forever. There's been plenty of research out there that has gone on for years and years and years with many different variables and many different settings that have proven that video games are not the catalyst behind people performing violent acts. People that have violent tendencies in the first place can also end up having a affinity for playing video games, right? Which means that there have been people that have committed violent acts that just happen to also play violent video games. But dude, there are billions of people in the world that play violent video games that don't incite violent acts. Like, the facts are out there, the stats are out there. It's just so stupid to see something like this. Like, I'm just not about it, dude. It's so dumb. Pinky, nice, dude. That's flipping funny, dude. Evo's gonna be right around the corner, guys. Evo's gonna be like, what, August? Is that when we get Evo? I think. Alright, let's stick with this, dude. Let's see these articles for the day, and then we'll go play some Hades, too. Tekken 8 reveals Lydia gameplay trailer at Combo Breaker 2024. A few weeks ago, the developers of Bandai revealed the Lydia Sobieska would be the second DLC character in Tekken 8. She follows Eddie Gordo in the character Season Pass. Will bring her brand of traditional karate to the mix. This weekend, the developers were celebrating Combo Breaker 2024. Combo Breaker, a huge tournament in the fighting game scene, and decided to drop Lydia's big gameplay trailer. It includes more than 2 minutes of the Polish Prime Minister wrecking her opponents with her trademark style. For Lydia fans, it's a Tekken 8 trailer you absolutely have to watch. Let's check this out, dude. Sorry you have overtime, dog. That sucks.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
Bądźmy dumni z tej walki.
Lydia Sobieska.
Ty też. Zaczynajmy.
Was that a parry? I haven't really seen much Tekken 8 yet, dude. That looked like a parry from her, though.
戦う首相の腕前見せてもらおうか。Tylko tchórze tak robią.
King will always be the best.
W imię wszystkich Polaków. Walcz z honorem. Przesadziłem. Muszę wygrać w imię wszystkich Polaków. Os!
Oh, bro, I did not want to wake up this morning, by the way. Oh my god, dude. Alright.
Mam chwilę przed kolejnym spotkaniem. Ciekawe, czy tamta restauracja jest jeszcze otwarta.
Bro. You haven't even been asleep. Shut up. Oh, that's funny, Doc. Well played, sir. Helldivers 2 Studio working on a solution for players getting kicked by an asshole lobby leader before getting mission rewards. Let's check this, dude. Developer Arrowhead Game Studios working on a fix for players who get unfairly booted from Helldivers 2 missions early. Divers have recently been posting viral clips that show players getting booted from a mission during extraction, or even worse, during the little extraction cutscene that plays when the team is fully on board the escape shuttle. Shut up, dude. God, there's some terrible gamers out there. Griefers and trolls exist in most multiplayer games, and Super Earth Forces aren't immune to turncoats either. In Helldivers 2 Discord channel, community manager Twinbeard shared that a solution is in the works for situations where unfair griefing does happen. After one player asked to keep 50% of the samples collected if they get kicked by an arsehole lobby leader when the dropship has been called. Well, we're actually working on a solution to mitigate problems with, well, getting kicked by a arsehole lobby leader. As someone once eloquently put it, Twinbeard shared, no ETA on that, but it's coming. With what that solution looks like is still in question, but as is usually the case with Helldivers 2, the community has plenty of ideas. One possible solution on Reddit cites fellow co-op shooter Deep Rock Galactic as inspiration, since that game gives kicked dwarves 25% of the XP and resources they collected in a mission. The other community suggestion stems from not wanting to share rewards with actual bad actors. The pitch is a reputation system where Helldivers can dish out awards and or ratings at the end of missions. Think the Uber Star system or that one scary Black Mirror episode about social media. Thus, well-behaved divers get matched with other well-behaved divers, while trolls and griefers are forced to play and suffer together as well. Yeah, I think one of the best things they can probably do is I think that's a great thing for a lot of games, actually, is like a reputation system is great for these types of games, as well as one of the things you have to take into consideration is like how long was somebody in the mission? If somebody was in the mission, you know, for 75% of the time, then they should be getting, you know, probably 75% of the rewards, something like that. You know what I mean? I know that doesn't fix all the issues or whatever, but it needs to be a combination of things that come together, right? Yeah. Put bad reputation people together with, and you know, if they're going to be, you know, just queuing up in lobbies with randos or whatever, put people with the same kind of reputation stuff in lobbies together. You know, whether it be from very good together to like kind of good together to mediocre together and so on, right? That plays into that very well. Rumor 2K to launch a new FIFA game this year. Let's see what this is. The FIFA video game license might find a new home at Take-Two subsidiary 2K Games. This comes 2 years after the organization ended its long-lasting partnership with EA. Look, EA is trash. FIFA is a terrible organization as well. And 2K kind of sucks also, right? I know, dude. I know. Here we go. So, you know, not only is the FIFA game going to go from a terrible company like EA, you know, into probably just another terrible organization to 2K. Like, great, you know, Jesus Christ. The information came from MoPlay Incorporated, a Ghana-based video game retailer. 2K has secured the official license from FIFA to create the next FIFA video game. Post reads, the partnership is confirmed. 2K will be developing a new football game series. According to MoPlay Incorporated, FIFA 2K25 is expected to launch in 2024, although the game hasn't been announced yet. Neither FIFA nor 2K has commented on the rumors yet, so this information should be taken with a grain of salt for now. However, earlier this year, Insider Gaming did report that FIFA and 2K were working to announce a partnership for 2K to make an officially licensed FIFA game. Yeah, if you didn't know, in May of 2022, EA and FIFA terminated their long-lasting partnership for licensing FIFA games. And so EA has continued to make their football/soccer games, just calling them EA Sports FC and removing all the FIFA stuff from it. Yeah. So, here we go. We'll see what comes of this. Here you go, Pinky. The indie parkour game stands out with genuine parkour experience. Could be the game that scratches that itch that other games just don't. Released for early access on May 21st at $16 US, the solo-developed project Rooftops and Alleys made an impressive start. The game built using Unity Engine 5. Yikers. Anytime you see a game being made with Unity anymore, that's a little bit cringy, right? Garnered over 1,000 reviews in less than a week, boasting a remarkable 98% positive review score. All right, let's take a look at this. Pinky's our parkour master, so if you didn't catch our earlier coverage of the game's animation, be sure to take a look at the gameplay trailer. See this. Song's a banger, dude. that pigeon. Bro, when are we going to get squirrel with a gun? And baby steps. Interesting. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up on Steam. Such a remarkable achievement naturally raises the question, to me, what's behind all the praise? The answer seems simple. Rooftops and Alleys fills a niche in the gaming market for a dedicated parkour free-running game. Isn't a game where you hold a button to parkour. Here you are in control, and together with fluid animation, it offers an immersive and genuine parkour experience. The game is the brainchild of a solo developer, ML Media, who was driven by the desire to create the dream game he believed was missing in the gaming world. After being under development for roughly 8 to 9 months, the game continues to evolve. The goal is to deliver a fun single-player experience with various maps for free roaming and self-challenge. As previously reported, Rooftops and Alleys uses Cascadeur for vibrant animations, and ML Media, who also created the soundtrack, optimized the game for controller use, though it supports keyboard and mouse. Notably, some users have mentioned it runs flawlessly on the Steam Deck. Game features parkour, free running, tricking system, scoring system, time trials, trick challenges, session marker system, the pigeon, multiple maps, dynamic weather, character customization, free roam, third and first person camera, ragdoll, bell button, slow motion button, and original in-game music. While space constraints limit a detailed rundown of all the features, vibrant player reviews paint a promising picture of what this game has to offer. Some players are describing it as, quote, the perfect parkour game, with one even bestowing high praise by comparing it to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater but without the board. Check out the promising indie game on Steam. If you haven't yet, feel free to follow the developer on Twitter to be informed of future updates. Interesting. Yeah, let's take a look at this on Steam real quick. Rooftops and Alleys. Excuse me? What? Weird. Yeah, it does look kind of cool, doesn't it? It's overwhelmingly positive right now, of over 1,000 reviews. Came out on May 21st, so it's been out for almost a week now. And people are really enjoying this, man. This is interesting. I'll put it on the wish list for now. I'll share it with you guys here. Here's your link. If you want to check it out on Steam, there you go. Check that out. Looks like it could be pretty dope. See what else we got. Star Wars Outlaws launch trailer. Highly anticipated open world adventure Star Wars Outlaws is the first game of its kind for the global phenomenon. And that's the entire... Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Yo, everybody say... Bot! Get banned, bot! You flipping idiot! See ya! Well, that's a great article there, Game Rant. Great job, guys. Never mind. Dragon Quest III Remake is coming to Switch, PS5, Xbox, and PC. New teaser trailer has revealed release platforms for the Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Today is Dragon Quest Day, the anniversary celebrating the release of the first Dragon Quest game in Japan. To celebrate, series publisher Square has posted a teaser for the highly anticipated Dragon Quest III Remake and confirmed the platforms on which it will be available at launch. In a post on Twitter and YouTube, and probably other Dragon Quest socials, Square, via the official Dragon Quest Twitter account, posted a teaser with the text, quote, "The legend of Erdrick draws near." The text is accompanied by a video that draws out the mark of Erdrick. Underneath the symbol of the text, "The legacy begins," is written. The trailer ends with dropping some platforms. The Dragon Quest III Remake will be released on Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Trailer doesn't specifically name Dragon Quest III, but there is an HD 2D icon in the top right. Given the only Dragon Quest HD 2D remake we know is in the works is for DQ3, be pretty sure this is it. The tagline "The Legacy Begins" is also pretty telling, as DQ3 introduces the first Erdrick, the title given to a hero in the series chronologically at least. So there we go. That's about it. Could be hearing more about it very soon, maybe in the coming weeks as we do all the summer showcase stuff. Yeah, quite possibly. So we'll see. Speaking of summer showcase stuff, usually what we get is PlayStation before everything else, right? So PlayStation's usually at the end of May, at least recently. That's the way this has gone down. And then in the beginning of June, we get kind of everything else, right? And right now, we're not getting anything from PlayStation. They're not giving us any kind of idea of when to expect their showcase. Last year, it was on the 23rd of May. So we're 4 days past that now. We're quickly approaching June. And everybody's kind of wondering where this is. The thought was we would probably find out today that it would be either tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. But so far, we still haven't heard anything. We'll try to keep track throughout today and see if we can get some information on if they're dropping that news at some point today. But there is a PlayStation sale that's supposed to be popping off, like their summer sale. It's supposed to be popping off this week. So a lot of people thought it would coincide with that, right? But the next PlayStation event could be a state of play, not a showcase. PlayStation fans may be disappointed as the May event could be a state of play, not a full showcase as initially rumored. I don't know that I believe that. Here's why. With every other major developer and publisher in the industry prepared to do a showcase, a major showcase, soon, why would PlayStation be the only one that wouldn't? Nintendo's going to do one. Microsoft's going to do one. All you know, like, so the other console guys especially, you're going to see, right? We know that. As well as anything for PC, anything for gaming in general. We're going to be getting things, I mean, we've got the list come right here, right? We've got the list. Showcases popping off, dude. The list keeps getting longer and longer and longer. Accessibility, Summer Games Fest, Day of the Devs, Devolver, Wholesome Games, Latin American Games, Future of Play Direct, Women-Led Games, Future Game Show, Xbox Games Showcase, Black Ops 6, which is part of the Xbox Game Showcase, PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft Forward, IGN Live, Nintendo Direct coming. You know, we got all this stuff. Why would PlayStation not be doing the same thing? Why would they not be having a big showcase? Right? It seems weird. I don't know that I believe that. I don't know for a fact. But, I mean, this is all from June 7th through, you know, the second week, beginning of the second week of June here. We've got all this popping off, right? So why would PlayStation not be doing the same thing? It doesn't make any sense. Exact date for Sony's next presentation is uncertain, leaving gamers in the dark about upcoming first-party game reveals, though a May event has been heavily suggested, as that's what they normally do, as of recent anyways. The month is almost over, so it would have to happen any day now. Again, that's why a lot of people are expecting to hear something today about having a showcase this week. If we don't hear something today, I think the chances are we might not see anything until June. Despite the potential lack of a big showcase, Sony may still have exciting announcements for fans at a state of play. Credible insider Nate the Hate has suggested that the heavily rumored PlayStation event scheduled for May could be a state of play and not a full-on showcase. If this is the case, Sony's next showing might end up being a disappointment for PlayStation fans that are expecting a massive blowout of first-party game reveals from the many studios under the platform holder. With summer 2024 fast approaching, the gaming showcase season is about to begin. Jeff the Muppet Puppet Keighley's annual Summer Games Fest is set for June 7th, with 55 companies already confirmed to take part in the event. Meanwhile, Microsoft revealed back in April that it would be hosting an Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, June 9th. Even Nintendo announced that it'd have a direct of its own sometime in June, with company president Shintaro Furukawa revealing the information in an unexpected Twitter post. Out of the platform holders that have announced showcases so far, only one of them is missing, and that's PlayStation, like I just talked about. With no official confirmation in sight, fans have been wondering when exactly the next PlayStation showcase will be. Unfortunately, one insider might have some bad news on this matter. Nate the Hate shared his thoughts in a post on Twitter alleging that Sony's May event is still on track. However, he expects it to be a state of play instead of a traditional summer showcase. I don't know why that would be the case, though. Other than what we've heard is that PlayStation doesn't have a lot of first-party stuff prepared right now. They've basically told us, don't expect a lot of first-party stuff over the next year to year and a half. And if that's the case, they might not have a lot to showcase, which would make a little bit of sense in the realm of just having a state of play rather than a big summer showcase. But it would also make them look pretty weak, in my opinion. When you have every other major gaming developer and publisher being a part of either their own standalone or some other showcase this summer to showcase what they're bringing to the table, PlayStation's not going to have their own major showcase, as they normally do. That would make them look a little bit weak, wouldn't it? Little is officially known about PlayStation's first-party roadmap. Potential lack of proper showcase may come as a surprise to many fans of the brand. Yeah, they've basically... PlayStation, like I said, Sony and PlayStation came out and basically told everybody they don't have a lot left, if anything, first-party for us over the next year to year and a half. So that could be part of this issue. We're going to have to keep track. We'll see. But I'll try to keep track throughout the day. I'll do some searches and see what we can find, okay? Last but not least, the first Descendant beta, lets you try its Battle Pass early. Again, we tried one of the earlier betas here in the community for the first Descendant. I played with True. Who else got in there and played? Did somebody, did Ferret play? I can't remember. Basically, I played a lot more than anybody else did on this, I think. And my impression was it was like they were trying to do a mashup of kind of Destiny 2 and Warframe, but it wasn't really hitting the mark for me. It was a beta, so I was kind of understanding that maybe the game would evolve before release, but what the game gave was very, very shallow as far as everything felt very repetitive. It just felt very repetitive. Felt like everything you were doing. Go on a quest. It was always the same thing of like one of three things, basically, like protect the node, kill all the enemies. It was just, it got really old really fast. The gameplay mechanics felt all right, but you could definitely see how they had taken different aspects from both Warframe and Destiny 2 and kind of mashed them together. But it just, the execution didn't really feel like it was there for me, you know. But Ferret came in this morning and was saying that there might potentially be some nasty pay-to-win stuff going on here. I didn't find any news articles in particular talking about pay-to-win, but let's just see what this says. This is from when? 5 days ago. The first Descendant beta lets you try its Battle Pass early. Figured maybe the Battle Pass will talk about it a little bit. We'll see. First Descendant final beta lands soon. You'll get bonus currency and Battle Pass access during Looter Shooter's public beta. I think this is from Nexon, right? I think that's who this is out of. The untimely decline of Anthem and no real news on Borderlands 4 has me craving some classic looter shooter action. The first Descendant beta showed enough real promise for that blend of Mass Effect style sci-fi and Diablo brand gear grinding that I've been keeping close tabs on its imminent launch. As we prepare for one final public beta for the multiplayer RPG before release, Nexon Games reveals that we'll be able to pre-experience the first Battle Pass during the test run. First Descendant release date, which is currently loosely planned for sometime in this summer, is feeling closer than ever, as Nexon says the next public technical test will be the final one before launch. Even if you've already tried out the first Descendant during its previous public test, you may want to check back in due to a wealth of updates. tweaking and new features introduced since we were last given a hands-on look at the co-op looter shooter. These changes include a rework to the open world design to focus on tighter co-op gameplay, in-game instance dungeons that offer a scaling challenge with the ability to ramp up the difficulty, and target specific gear rewards. Nexon has also just offered up an extensive video giving us a bit more of a look into the world and story of the Descendants and the AI guide that only they can see. Let's watch this real quick. Excuse me.
퍼스트 디센던트는 선대의 운명을 계승한 자들의 피할 수 없는 사투를 다루고 있습니다.
Brother.
이야기에 등장하는 모든 캐릭터들은 선대가 남긴 자신만의 운명을 계승하고 있죠. 인류는 그들의 선대, 성각자들이 남긴 운명을 받아들여 계승자가 되었고, 침략자 벌거스는 선대가 남긴 사명, 종족의 생존을 명분 삼아 전쟁을 일으켰습니다. 거신들의 사명은 현재로서 밝힐 순 없지만 그들은 이것을 저주라고 생각하고 있습니다. 이렇게 퍼스트 디센던트의 세계는 선대의 운명을 계승한 자들의 충돌에서 시작됩니다. 이 비극적인 운명을 이번 세대에서 끝낼 수 있을지, 혹은 또 다음 세대로 계승시켜야만 할지, 모든 것은 플레이어의 분신이 될 계승자에게 달려 있습니다.
계승자는 플레이어의 분신이기도 하지만 군사적 관점으론 인류 최후이자 최강의 전술 병력입니다. 그들은 선대로부터 계승된 아르테라는 유전 물질을 가지고 있는데요. 그 아르테를 통해 상식을 뛰어넘는 전투 능력을 보여주고 있습니다. 잘 훈련된 계승자 한 명의 전투력은 수백, 수천의 벌거스를 가볍게 해치울 수 있을 정도로 강합니다. 하지만 인류는 전투에서 이겨 있을지언정.
What kind of gameplay? Yeah, I played the beta. That's what I was just talking about, Tim. I already played the beta of this.
전술 수단만으로는 어찌할 수 없는 목표였기 때문입니다. 안타깝지만 현재 인류가 직면한 상황은 심각합니다. 시간이 지날수록 차원의 벽이 벌어지며 더 많은 거신이 나타나고 있죠. 차원을 건너온 침략자 벌거스들은 압도적인 병력과 기술로 행성의 지배자가 됐습니다.
Think like Destiny 2 mashed with Warframe, dude.
철의 심장을 손에 넣는 것뿐입니다. 만약 인류 스스로가 우주 진출의 미래를 포기하고 행성을 고립시켜서라도 오늘날을 살아가고 싶다면 어떻게 해야 할까요?
I was kind of fairly unimpressed. It felt very kind of shallow gameplay-wise to me, but it was the beta last year. Apparently it's evolved a little bit. It felt real repetitive to me, and I was like, I don't think this is it. You know, whenever I played the beta, I was like, God.
아예 막아버리는 것도 방법이겠죠. 어쨌든 오늘을 살아야 미래도 있으니까요. 그렇게 인류는
But again, it was a beta, so I don't know how much they were just
수색 작전을 펼치고 있지만
not ready to show yet. How much they might have evolved it just from feedback, stuff like that. I don't
다행인
know.
것은 철의 심장 전용 수색 시스템 안내자를 찾았다는 점이죠.
인류의 선조 선각자들은 후세대에게 운명을 물려주며
I think one of the things that weirded me out was it's like
계승자 전용 유전 사용자 인터페이스 코드명 안내자가 바로 그것입니다.
they've kind of got the same premise to Warframe with the your descendants, if you will. So you're grinding to get different characters, and they've got like, you know how in Warframe they've got like the base Warframes, and then you've got like the upgraded versions of the Warframes or whatever. It's the same thing in this game, but it's not like you've got your own RPG character or whatever that's like hopping into these descendant models or whatever to like utilize them. It's like each descendant is like a different character or something. It was kind of weird. But like you create them and then you use them, and it was like, what? I don't understand.
벌거스 수뇌부는 그들만의 계획을 차근차근 실행하고 있습니다. 그들이 바로 현재 벌거스의 지도자 카렐과 그의 수하인 아몬입니다.
벌거스가 인류를 침공한 지도 어느새 100년이 되어가고 있습니다. 그들은 무엇을 이루었을까요? 벌거스는 압도적인 병력과 전쟁 기술로 행성 곳곳을 거대한 식민지로 만들었습니다. 이제는 불모의 땅이 되어버린 광산지대에는 사이보그 벌거스, 불멸의 군단이 소유한 거대 군수 공장이 자리 잡고 있죠. 이곳에서 그들은 우리 행성에서만 볼 수 있는 희귀금속, 카이퍼를 무분별하게 채굴하고 재처리하고 있습니다. 그리고 우리 인류에게 자신들의 믿음을 전파하려는 벌거스 진리의 교단은 행성에서 가장 아름답고 생명이 넘치던 곳에 교단의 성역을 만들었습니다. 인류를 멸종시키고 싶었으면 전함을 끌고 알비온부터 공격했어도 충분했을 텐데요. 물론 알비온 산맥에 설치된 대궤도 방공망을 우습게 볼 수는 없겠지만 하려면 다 방법이 있었을 겁니다. 카렐과 아몬에겐 분명 그렇게 하지 않은 의도가 있을 겁니다. 그들의 목적이 정말 철의 심장 하나뿐일까요? 어쩌면 그들은 인류 가운데서 계승자들이 나타나길 기다린 것은 아닐까요? 이 운명의 결과는 앞으로 펼쳐질 퍼스트 디센던트의 이야기 속에 있습니다.
지금까지 플레이어 캐릭터로서만 등장했던 계승자는 앞으로 스토리의 주축이 되어 다양한 퀘스트에 등장하게 됩니다. 이 과정에서 계승자들이 어떤 성격 그리고 어떤 사연을 가지고 있는지 플레이를 통해 자연스럽게 느낄 수 있도록 게임을 디자인하고 있습니다.
저희는 방대한 세계관과 함께 그 속에 살아가는 사람들의 모습을 그려내고 공감을 이끌어내고 싶었습니다. 계승자들은 단순한 전투기계가 아닙니다. 그들 모두 감정이 있고 전쟁으로 잊고 지내야만 했던 꿈과 희망 그리고 아픔을 가지고 있습니다. 글레이는 잃어버린 자신의 딸이 잉그리스 어딘가에 살아있을 것이라고 굳게 믿고 있어요. 카일은 자신과 동고동락하던 작업반을 몰살시킨 벌거스에게 끝없는 분노와 복수심을 지니고 있습니다. 발랄한 듯한 버니도 홀로 남겨지며 받았던 마음의 상처를 숨기려고 애쓰고 있죠. 이렇듯 모든 계승자들은 저마다의 사연과 이야기가 있고 싸워야 할 이유가 있습니다. 오픈 베타 이후 한층 더 단단해진 이야기를 통해 계승자 캐릭터들과 만날 수 있도록 준비했습니다. 여러분의 최애가 상처를 극복하며 성장하는 과정을 보고 싶으시다면 특정 계승자 스토리 컨텐츠를 기대하셔도 좋습니다.
I think the thing I still don't understand though is like, how are you as the player character switching between using these other character descendants or whatever? Like, that's the thing that's a weird premise for me. I don't really understand how they were trying to incorporate that. It was always weird to me.
저 역시 한 명의 계승자로서 세계 곳곳의 계승자들과 하루라도 빨리 만나고 싶습니다.
함께 잉그리스를 지키면서 전우들이 어떤 이야기를 원하는지 경청하고 싶습니다.
모두의 경험이 퍼스트 디센던트의 스토리가 됩니다. 그럼 계승자 여러분, 다가올 두 세계의 만남을 기대해주세요. 인류 최후의 보루, 알비온에서 가장 먼저 기다리고 있겠습니다.
I think that it had a pretty good base to it. I mean, it just, they were missing some stuff. It felt quite shallow. It felt very repetitive gameplay-wise. Again, the thing that kind of threw me off was, you know how like in Warframe you can, you know, you've got your character utilizes the Warframes to do your bidding or whatever, right? This game almost felt like it had the same premise, but not. Because you've got all these different descendants, but they're all their own unique individual people or characters. But you're still trying to like craft them and create them and use them to do your bidding. So it's like, how is this like a role-playing scenario where you're utilizing them, but you're creating them to utilize them, but they're all different characters and stuff. It was kind of weird. But at the same time, like just like with Warframe, you know, you've got your base Warframes, and then what were the upgraded versions of Warframes called? I can't remember. This game has the same thing that the first Descendant does. So there's like the base editions of all these characters of the Descendants, and then there's like an upgraded version of them as well that you can like create or whatever. So I don't know how this is all going to work out as far as like a pay-to-win scenario or anything, if there will be issues like that, but we'll have to see. Apparently right now, if you're going to play the beta, then you can get a hefty chunk of in-game currency, other items, along with the ability to check out the game's battle pass. They're they've been saying the entire time that the beta progress won't carry over. So I don't think you should expect that. Regular rewards of caliber, the main currency. As you reach certain mission milestones through the beta, you use these to buy items through the in-game store. Use them on the premium pass to accelerate your progress. You will not be able to use the bonus coins that will be given with the battle pass during this test, but that upon launch, you'll be able to spend the coins at the bonus shop. Interesting. When you reach the end of the initial beta progression, you'll be given descendant equipment modules, Cooper shards, and gold to help you gear out your character and get a better taste of what the full game has to offer. Final beta runs May 25th through Sunday, May 26th. So it's over. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. They've got a lot of other articles about the First Descendant down here if you're interested, okay? And it's on Steam as well, so go take a look, see what you think. I don't really know exactly what to think about it until it probably drops in full. My beta was quite a while ago and that I tried, and I think it probably has evolved since then, so I might need to just try it out again. Once it full releases or something. We'll see. We'll see. That's the news, though, guys. That's the news. Yo, shout out to Vault for the raid. Appreciate it, buddy. And, 1 second here. There we go. And a Savage Gemini for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome news segment. Happy Monday, guys. We're going to finish up this news segment here, and then we're going to go play some Hades 2 and maybe a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. And we'll see. We'll see. My wife's off today, and her and the kiddos are going to be hanging out and stuff. So we might just do some Hades 2 today and then call it, and so I can hang out with the family and enjoy the rest of the day. But it'll be a nice, decent stream anyways. I might only go until about lunchtime or a little bit after that, but so I can hang out with the family. But we'll just see how immersed I get today and what I'm doing and how long it takes. But we'll have a good day no matter what. It's been an awesome news segment to begin with. And we will go start playing games now. If anybody's hanging out, you're not familiar with what we do, this is our jam, man. We start off every day at 6 a.m. CST CDT. That is 7 a.m. Eastern Time or 4 a.m. Pacific, where we begin with video gaming news, trying to stay current on what's happening in the industry, as well as promote a healthier industry for ourselves as gaming enthusiasts and consumers of these products, all right? If you can dig that, come be a part of it. We have an amazing community here. Awesome peoples, just trying to always lift one another up, enjoy the world of video games, spread good vibes, be void of negativity, toxicity, that kind of thing, and just really cultivate amazing friendships and be here for one another whenever people need it, man. So if you can dig that, come be a part of it. Other than that, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm going to run us an outro real quick. I'm not going anywhere. The stream's not over. As soon as this outro is over, I'll be back, and we will start playing some Hades 2, okay? You guys rock. I'll be right back. Get changed.